Welcome everyone, Costin here with Arbaal's campaign in Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires. And what I'm going to do in this video is how to take Zharr-Naggrund as quickly as possible in this campaign. The reason you'd want to do so is because, one, you can, and get a lot of money in the process, but more importantly, Zharr-Naggrund is a tier 5 settlement. You won't be able to take it as a tier 5 settlement, but you can take it as a tier 4 settlement, which is pretty important because that will allow you to be able to recruit a whole variety of units, which is just honestly more fun than having to spend 20 or so 30 turns to just even get there in a regular campaign. So here's what we want to do. We want to fight this battle, get the corn favor. I'm using AR mods for the sake of demonstration here, but you do get a bunch of objectives right here for the sake of various corn favor. So over here, we sack this element, and then we take it over, because the objective is to capture the settlement, but we do want to sack it, get 4 corn favor. Next turn, we can teleport actually to Zharr-Naggrund, because next turn we can deal with the camp. So if you're really hardcore on this subject, you could theoretically take Zharr-Naggrund very, very quickly. Depends on how you want to approach it. I would probably recommend waiting a bit. Get the spread rage research. The reason you want to get this particular bit of research is because you will want to destroy certain regions, and you will want to be able to get them back again. And start doing global and local recruitment of Chaos Warriors of Khorne. Also, you can declare a bunch of wars because of the vision you do have at the beginning of your campaign. So declare war on the Exquisite Pain, declare war on various factions, just a couple of them. Get a bit of extra money. Now in one turn, we'll be able to get an Exalted Hero, and we'll also be able to get Chaos Warriors of Khorne with halberds, and that is something we want to do. Now again, if you really want to push this to an extreme, you can do it even a bit earlier than this, but I want to be a bit reasonable with regards to how I handle things. So I want a full army to go over there to deal with this, and I also don't want to leave the ogres right here until I take down their capital, well, destroy their capital over here. Though we don't need to care about this province, so why sacrifice it when, you know, you can hold it? Well, there is a reason. Your capital is right here, so you can abandon this entire province and let others worry about it. So over here, another battle. Like, all of these battles are very, very freaking easy to deal with. Go for the money. Go for the lovely money, and just move over here to the very edge of your territory. Now, one important bit is now we get an objective to teleport to Zharr-Naggrund to deal with the armies there. So one objective at the very least will be against this. Apparently we got another objective against the Hells, which I admittedly did not necessarily expect right there. But regardless, we want to recruit some units. Well, we want to recruit some units, and we got a whole bunch of vision. You can get 2 objectives against the armies of Zharr-Naggrund, get a whole bunch of money in the process. But anyway, so what we want is a peace agreement with the Exquisite Pain, because we still want to recruit certain things. So just do a bunch of declarations of war, whatever becomes available in this situation. So over here, we're going to go to the Bloody Hand, declare war on Boris Ursus, get a bunch of money. You should do this after turn 1. The reason you should do this after turn 1 is you'll gain more money in the process. Get Blood-Soaked Champions, and get 2 Chariots of Khorne right there, and an Exalted Hero of Khorne. Skeleton, pretty good.
Exalted Hero of Khorne.
Right here, thick-skinned for your Cultist of Khorne. And we can get more post-battle loot if we want to, with regards to all of this. But yeah, just do that, global and local recruitment. And after this, we will raise this settlement to the ground. Now, normally, if you weren't gonna take Zharr-Naggrund, what you'd want to do is occupy these settlements. Well, you can raise one of them, but the reason you'd want to occupy them is to actually grow this province as quickly as possible to get a universe. Like, you don't need it for an economy. Hero capacity, you can get heroes at tier 3, so it's not really a problem from that respect as well. But all the same. So, right here, we got that research done. We want to get another bit of research. Good. Get to Hateful to Die.
Spread like a raging fire. Khorne watches.
Okay.
Chosen of
Now, we can see that our Exalted Hero Khorne does not quite have the movement range right here. But that's fine, because there are ways to skin a cat right here. Now, yes, it does say to maintain control of this province, whatever. So what we're going to do here, if we had unholy manifestations, that would be great. But what we're going to do here is put them in a camp stance, get more blood-soaked champions, get more casualty replenishment right here. So we have a full army of Chaos Warriors in this situation. And you can even further improve this, but first we're going to teleport to Zharr-Naggrund. And we can get rid of these flesh hounds. The reason you'd want to do so is because they're not going to be, let's just say, exceptionally great in this situation. And we can go further and recruit another army to just take control of our initial province right here. Just deal with the global recruitment, with the local recruitment situation. You don't have to fear the ogres. Just get a bunch of Chaos Warriors with halberds. So over here, what do we get? What do we have that we could use? A Nurgle Declaration of War. Why not? There we go. For the most part, and that should be enough to recruit another Lord. Right here, I would go with the Blood Speaker. He does have a number of benefits that you can use. Most importantly, yeah, just gonna need a bit more money. Yeah, we can declare war on the Kazag. You should have enough declarations of war available that you can use here. That should do it. Like, you will only need to worry about money at this stage. After this, it's not really gonna be a problem. So in this turn, because you don't have, like, you could just teleport over here with the troops you have and pick that fight. Now you have a choice over here dependent on how hardcore you want to be about all of this, because there are various choices with respect to this. The easy path, which is what I'm going to show, is to sack the Veil of Woe, they'll go defend it, summon a Blood Host in the Veil of Woe, get the money. Okay. So over here, just declare war. Now, if you want to really pick a difficult fight, you can just attack the army and deal with the garrison. But just sack it. Don't. Like, if we see the movement range, you can see that they're capable of reaching us. But we can run away. And move in camp stand. So they don't have the movement range to reach us right here. And so now we are doing two things at the same time. We're moving an army right here to deal with ogres who absolutely have nothing in this situation. And just a couple of units, so you know these guys can. More halberds, more Chaos Warriors, whatever. Get training, Blade Master, get more thick-skinned. And for Arbaal, if you need it, you can get some melee skills right here, or you can wait until level 12 to be able to get that special skill line, that wonderful special skill line that he actually does have. Regardless, we have no need of this building anymore because we're not going to be able to recruit another hero, and The chariots, yeah, just a bit of unit diversity, some movement range on the campaign, better than the flesh hounds, but not really worth investing in. You do want the growth here. So regardless, what should happen now is Zharr-Naggrund, one of the armies, if not both of those armies in Zharr-Naggrund, are going to march to the Veil of Woe, right there. So over here we do have 7 ogre units, but yeah, basically this is, it says heroic victory, but let's just say ogre bulls versus cast warriors ain't winning that fucking fight. Be careful about what you do here though, because you may not have necessarily the skulls to take both this element and that other one. You can rely on core corruption for that. So now, enable that core corruption, by the way, that benefit of core corruption. You want to use the skull throne as much as possible. Okay. So right here, go fight this battle. It's gonna say Pyrrhic victory. It is a tricky fight, but you wouldn't take that many casualties, by the way. It is a tricky fight, but like just get Arbaal, get your guys in these fire. Like the only thing that's dangerous here are the hell cannons and the fire glaives. Just rush those. Not a problem. Get a blood toast. Right here.
Welcome, denizens of the realm.
Now the concern is that other army may attack my army here. But yeah, like if you would probably want to fight this even with this kind of mod. Regardless, here, get more cast warriors. Or you can disband this entire army. In fact, I think I will disband it because I would only be able to recruit lower tier units here, so it's kind of not worth it. Get more, let's get more core corruption because we want to max it out. You can get cast strategist or stand or die. Maybe stand or die. Right there. Get war leaders as an upgrade for the extra cultist capacity. And now we should. This army will either march in Zharr-Naggrund or it will march on Arbaal. It may be beneficial if it actually marches on Arbaal over here. It would be tricky fighting those two armies back to back, but it is something you can fucking manage. So don't worry too much about it. So let's see what. Like you would want to fight these manually, of course, but as long as you eliminate these two armies, and you should, like this army is significantly easier to deal with than the first one. In fact, I would have preferred if this army had moved in the Veil of Woe. Okay, so right here, we can now go on Zharr-Naggrund. And if you have enough, if you haven't suffered too grievous of losses, you should be able to take it. Just siege tactics are pretty simple. Or you could just try and bait them to attack you outside the settlement. Another thing we can do here, because we did get a bunch of benefits, we can even get some campaign movement range for faction leader or this ability. Like I could have activated that earlier to, you know, give myself a bit of a better chance. Regardless, occupy the settlement. Ta-da! You got the tier 4 mortal settlement. Now I don't know if it's always going to be a mortal settlement. I couldn't tell you that one, to be quite honest with you. I'm lucky that it was a mortal settlement in this situation, but you may not necessarily be so you would probably have to convert it in that case. So now with this sorted out in here, it will take 2 turns to be able to get chosen. But effectively recruit an entire stack of troops, recruit, and get another settlement, get Warwick's Prayer. The Veil of Woe should become a demonic settlement, so just start working over here on these elements. Or one of the things we can do here, and I'm curious about this, one of the things we can do right here is actually cancel everything. Why would we want to cancel that? Well, I'll tell you why. And not even bother with the ogres. There is a reason why you might want to bother, why you might want to do all of this. Not sure if it will work. I'm curious if it will. Normally I would not bother with this. Get that spell resistance for the entire army. By the way, you can get better post-battle loot if you fight these battles on more casualty replenishment, more casualties on enemy, lower your own casualties, that kind of stuff, right? We can also use global recruitment on Arbaal because, yeah, screw these guys, basically. And fun fact about the recruitment kind of benefit, like, we can get some corn cores if we want to, right? So just pick all of that up. But what I am curious about, keep in mind, I will only have one settlement after all of this, and that is going to be Zharr-Naggrund. What I am interested in, Zharr-Naggrund should become my capital, but what I am interested in is whether or not, if I abandon the Skull Road, if I can potentially make it so that I teleport back to Zharr-Naggrund. The benefit here, the significant benefit, is if you can teleport back to Zharr-Naggrund, which is your recruitment location. Yeah, so your capital is where you teleport. So you can do that. Not great that I don't have enough right there, enough skulls to take that settlement, but that's not a problem settlement, right? Like, we got the tier 4 settlement. It may take a while to get to the tier 5 because I burned these 2 settlements to the ground, sure, but we can handle it. The more annoying aspect in all of this is like the lack of, you know, bloodletters and all that, but yeah, we can start ditching some of these guys, you know, go with more chosen, go with global recruitment. Get more corn gores if we want to, get some blood beasts, why not, right? Just all this variety. That's just inherently, and you don't have the actual good stuff. Why do all of this? Why bother with all of this? Well, Chaos Knights with Lances, gentlemen. Skull Reapers, Wrathmongers, Chosen. You get all of that, and all the variants as well. You get more heroes as well. Also, yeah, the landmark of Zharr-Naggrund is freaking awesome, so yeah. You won't be able to use this for demonic purposes, though you can convert it to a demonic settlement if you want. So you're going to need another settlement for demonic recruitment. So if you want bloodthirsters and all that, you will need another settlement. There is, of course, an obvious fucking target. So what we want to do here. Now, you probably won't get the challenge that will take you there. But obviously the other target is Zharr. Not the greatest location in the fucking world to take as a settlement, but it can work. Or you could just take this entire province or some other settlement. To do that, you know, just take the Blasted Waste, conquer it in the name of corn, set it up right there, and just recruit, you know, like have an army recruiting here and then moving here. That's an option, or you can start sending a cultist to Zharr so you can teleport. You can teleport him right there with the cult, because you do have that capability with Arbaal. So, in this turn. Now, you might have an issue with me auto-resolving those battles. I'm going to stress this out. You can, with Chaos Warriors and Chaos Warriors with Halberds, or even a full Chaos Warrior army, you can win against both the armies and the garrison of Zharr-Naggrund. You can. With fewer casualties, potentially. It's possible. Fewer casualties than I total suffered by auto-resolving them. Like, that's the thing, even auto-resolve mods have their limits. Especially if you activate some of the lovely effects over here. like, or rather this army ability, right? If you want to. So we got the quest battle right there. It's a fairly easy quest battle, so I would recommend you do it.
Millennia of carnage without end. Quaff from skull goblets first.
So yeah, we already got Skull Reapers. We're gonna get other stuff. I would recommend making these,
Greatest champion.
making at least one of these a demonic settlement.
Destroyer of Khorne.
Yeah, just go get this item right here. It's, again, an easy fucking battle. Like,
All shall fall.
this army will obliterate that, no problem. The one downside is the lack of a Skull Reaper in this campaign at this point. That is a bit of a downside. You may also wish to enable, if you think you're gonna struggle, you can always when you're raising that settlement, you can also enable the Blood X Nihilo to have a more powerful blood toast when you're dealing with available over here, and just have an easier time with that. So
Khorne's judgment.
that is an easy way for Skull Taker to take Zharr-Naggrund. Yeah, access to Chaos Knights for lances, start recruiting other armies. You know, get the Blood Speaker, another one. Start recruiting freaking Chosen of Khorne, and Skull Reapers of Khorne. Why not? And because we've made it this capital, anytime I want to swap units, you know, just to have more fun, a more powerful army, whatever, I can always just teleport here, swap it, and just have one lord to recruit extra units here. But yeah, this will slaughter this. I can't wait for Auto-Resolve Quest mods to be updated for this one. Go see and sign up.